The World Cup is happening right now. Billions of people watching. The stakes feel impossibly high. They are nowhere close to how high the stakes used to be. Thousands of years before FIFA, before the Olympics even existed, ancient civilizations were already playing organized team sports in front of massive crowds. And in its most extreme form, losing this game could mean death. Stay with me, because the comparison to today's tournament is going to surprise you. Let's start at the beginning. Because this sport is older than almost anything you'd guess. The Mesoamerican ball game is the oldest known team sport in the world. Archaeologists have found ball courts dating back over 3,000 years, centuries before the first Greek Olympics. It was played by the Olmec first, then the Maya, then the Aztec, three major civilizations, one after another, all playing some version of the same game. Today, a modernized version called Olama is still played in parts of Mexico. This sport has survived for over 3,000 years. That's how old it is. What the game actually involved is where this gets intense. Keep watching. We don't actually know the exact rules. No official rulebook survived. But from accounts and the surviving modern version, we can piece together the basics. The ball could not touch the ground. It could not be played with your hands or feet. Players struck it mainly with their hips, sometimes forearms, paddles, or a stone handhold. Later versions added a stone ring high on the court wall. Getting the ball through it was an instant win and extremely rare. The ball itself wasn't light. It was made of solid rubber, and could weigh up to 9 pounds, heavier than a bowling ball. Getting hit by it at full speed wasn't a minor inconvenience. Historical accounts describe serious injuries, and players sometimes wore padding and protective belts just to survive the game. This wasn't a casual backyard game. This was a full-contact sport played for some of the highest stakes imaginable. We're halfway through. And the next part, what was actually at stake when you lost, is the reason I made this video. Stay with me. Sometimes, instead of going to war, two rival city-states would settle their dispute with this game instead. Whoever won, ruled. Which means a single game could decide which city ruled over the other without a single soldier dying in battle. But for the losing side, the consequences could still be brutal. Prisoners of war were sometimes forced to play, and the outcome was rigged from the start. In the most extreme version of the game, the losing team, or sometimes just the losing captain, could be sacrificed after the match. Carvings from the period show this happening. It wasn't a myth added later, it was depicted by the people who actually played the game. Winners, on the other hand, received real trophies, carved stone yokes, ceremonial handstones, and head-shaped trophies called hatches. So that's the brutal version. But not every ancient competition worked like this. Right after this, the ancient Olympics, and they were stranger than you'd think. Around the same era, on the other side of the world, the ancient Greeks were holding their own version of a World Cup, the Olympics. And it had some genuinely strange rules. Athletes competed completely nude. Women were banned from competing, though a few found loopholes. There was also a strict truce. No wars were allowed during the games. Armies had to wait until the competition was over to fight each other again. There were no gold, silver, or bronze medals. The only official prize for winning an event was a simple wreath made of olive leaves. But winning still made you a hero. Some cities rewarded champions with money, statues, and free meals for life. One event, called Pancration, had only 2 rules. No biting. No eye gouging. Everything else, including the match ending in death, was allowed. Last section. This is where all of this connects back to the tournament happening right now. Stay for this one. Today's World Cup has billions of dollars on the line, global fame, and entire countries holding their breath. But nobody is getting sacrificed at the final whistle. Losing a match today means heartbreak, criticism, maybe a rough headline. Losing the ancient game could mean your actual life. Which means every time you watch a missed penalty and think that's brutal, somewhere in history, that exact phrase used to be far more literal. Competitive sport isn't a modern invention. It's something humans have organized, obsessed over, and built entire civilizations' identities around for thousands of years. The stakes have changed. The rules have changed. But the basic human urge to compete, to watch, and to celebrate a win hasn't changed at all. So the next time you're watching the World Cup and the stakes feel unbearably high somewhere, an ancient ballplayer would tell you, it could be worse. If this changed how you watch the World Cup, share it. Someone you know needs to hear about the game where losing meant death. Subscribe, because the next video covers something about ancient human life that's even stranger than this one.